Hi everybody, welcome to our visual arts video for today. My name is Jenny. I'm so glad you could join me. Today we are going to be making paper airplanes with messages on them to send to Atmospheradelphia so that they can know that we're saying bye, see you soon, thank you, we had fun, best of luck with the gremlins. I hope everyone can live peacefully. I have 3 versions of paper airplanes you can make. And the first one is our most basic, and then the last one is the most complex one, so it will take a lot of patience, but it just works up to the more advanced ones. And I think with a little step-by-step, everyone can do this. The only materials you'll need is a piece of paper, and that's about it. If you'd like to decorate them, you can use markers, crayons, colored pencils, anything you'd like. If you don't feel like decorating and you just want to make the paper airplane, that's cool too. Go right ahead. So let me show you. This is my first one. This is the very simple one. It says Atmospheradelphia. Next we have this one. And this one I decorated. It says Bon Voyage. And the third paper airplane is a little bit like the second one, but I think it'll go even further. So I put lightning bolts and I said, bye gremlins. The last one, if you are really up for a challenge, is actually origami, and it is one of my favorite things to make. It is a flying crane. In Japanese culture, cranes symbolize longevity, just a positive outlook, good luck, and I thought this would be a nice way to say thank you and see you next time. And the very exciting thing about this is that it does this. So this is the 4th one in the video. It's also the most complicated and takes a lot of patience, but I think all of you are up for the challenge and can do it. Just take it step by step. Pause the video whenever you need to and rewind it if you have to. You will need 1 piece of paper per plane. If you feel like decorating your plane, you can use whatever you want. I'd be interested to know how everything flies. Maybe blue paper flies better than the pink paper, or maybe tissue paper flies better than the regular paper. Newspaper. You can make this out of anything as long as it's a rectangle. Once you have your paper and you are in the zone, we can get started. So next up is the step-by-step. So we'll go, the first one is the simplest one, and then the last one is the crane, which is the most complicated one, and so it will take some patience. To make it a little easier to see what I'm doing when I fold, I've used 2 different color pieces of paper together, but I only did that so that you could see it better in the video. You don't have to have 2 colored paper. Once you have your paper, we can start on plane number 1. Pause and rewind as much as you need. So I have my piece of construction paper, and I'm gonna take this edge all the way to this edge and fold it in half. And I'm going to smoosh it down when my edges meet along this side. Just going to press down to get a good fold. Then I'm going to open it back up. And I have this line down the middle, and this table is helping me a little. Show you where that line is. And so now our next step, this corner is going to fold in so that this edge meets this fold. So ready? I'll show you. I smoosh it down, get a good fold. So same thing on the other side. This corner is gonna fold down so that this edge meets the middle. Ooh, mine's a little uneven. That's okay. I think it'll still fly. Okay, so once you do that, you should have this shape. It's a nice triangle at the top. And from there, we're gonna do the fold in half again. So you're gonna take it over, fold it in half, and you should have this shape. And when you're ready, this edge is gonna meet this edge. And so it'll fold right down the middle. Here we go. And then I'm gonna smoosh this, press down so that we're really aerodynamic. Streamline it straight to Atmospheradelphia. And then once I've done that side, I'm gonna flip it and do the same thing on the other side so that this edge will fold over this way to meet this edge. Press down so it's a nice fold, and then we pinch it and we have our plane. To start, we're going to just fold it in half, edge to edge, and smoosh that down. And then we're going to open that back up so that we have this nice folded line. And then I'm going to take this corner and bring it to the middle so that that edge lines up with that folded line we just made. Then we smoosh that down. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this corner so that this edge comes all the way to this folded middle line. I'm going to try to make it as even as possible. And then smush it, smush it, smush it. Now, once I have this shape, I'm going to take this edge to meet in the middle. So this edge right here is going to go and smoosh all the way to the middle. And I want to make sure paper doesn't slide too much when I fold it over to my middle line, and then I'm going to smush it down. And then just like before, I'm going to do the same thing on this side so that this edge right here meets this middle, where everything's coming together. So I'm going to hold down this little triangle I've already made, have those corners meet, and I get a nice point up here, and I'm going to smush it down, get some nice folds. So you should be here. Pause at any time if you have to smush down your paper a bit more. So from here, once you have this, you're going to fold the whole thing in half. So you're going to take it over this way so you get this funky shape. And we smush, and we already made that smush, so it kind of works. We've done some of the work already. And then when I have this shape, I'm going to take this edge here, right along here, and fold it so that it meets this edge. So ready? This takes a lot of precision, years of practice. Let me smush it down. Get a nice fold, and then we're gonna flip it to the other side and do the same thing so that this edge along here folds to meet this edge all along there. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. My paper is thicker, so it's a little hard to to get that nice point. Okay, so now I have this shape. What I'm gonna do is take it off the table. I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna open my wings, and I have my airplane. Alright, so now we're on to our third paper airplane. And just like the other ones, we're gonna start by folding it in half. So this edge is gonna fold over to meet this edge. Here we go. And we'll smush it down to get a nice fold. Then just like before, we open it back up, and then we have that nice fold line. And we're gonna take this corner to come into the center so that this edge meets the folded line that we have. You press down to get a nice fold. And same thing on the other side. This corner is gonna come down to here so that this edge meets the folded line. And then when you're ready, like plane number 2, this edge is gonna fold in so that it meets our midline. And making sure the little triangle on the inside isn't folding too far into the middle. And press it down. Same thing on the other side. This edge is gonna fold into the middle right here. So I'm gonna hold down this triangle, fold it in, and they're meeting in the middle, and I smush that down, just like that. And then when I get here, I have this shape just like we had on plane number 2. I'm gonna fold the tip down just a little, no exact measurements. My paper, like I said, is doubled, so it's a little thicker. It's a little more difficult. There we go. I'm sure it'll fly just fine. And then once we have this shape, we're gonna fold it in half, just like this. I gotta really squish mine. So we should have this shape. And then, like plane number 2, this edge is gonna fold down to meet this edge. And then I'm gonna flip it over and do the same thing so that this edge meets this edge. And then flatten it. And then, last but not least, I'm gonna hold it like this. Open the wings, make sure it all stays in the middle, and then the tips of the wings I'm going to fold up on one side so I get this little triangle, and then on the other side I'm going to fold it down in the same way. And that's plane number 3. this is our final one. This is gonna be the flying crane. So remember, take it slow, rewind it again. I have done this a bunch of times, so now it's committed to memory. So I apologize if I go a little fast. All right, so for this one, instead of the full rectangle, we're only gonna need a square. So in order to get a good square, what we're gonna do is take one corner and fold it down so that this edge meets this edge. So here we go. And then smush that down. Okay, so we have this shape. And so what we want to do is get rid of this area. This is the part we won't need, and when we open this back up, it'll be a perfect square. So what you can do, I always just fold it so that the excess goes away, and then I just rip it off. So I just fold it right there so that it lines up. Fold it back and forth along this crease. You should be able to just rip it off. Okay, so I've cut out the excess of the rectangle so that I get just this triangle, which when I open it, it's a square. And this works perfectly because I want this diagonal fold. And now what I'm gonna do is take this corner to this corner so that I get the same fold along this line. Okay, so ready? Make sure they line up as nice as possible. Now my paper didn't have all straight edges, as you can see from where I ripped it out of my notepad. So it's gonna be a little wonky, but it'll be good. So I've done this diagonal fold, and now I'm gonna open it again so that I have this X. That's perfect. Now what I wanna do is flip it so that it's on the back, and I'm gonna take this edge up to this edge, and then I'll get a fold across here. Ready? Smush it real good. And then when I have this, I'm gonna open it back up. These are all sort of a pre-fold that'll get us ready for our next steps. So now when I have that fold, I want to take this edge over to this edge so that it'll fold down the middle. And then I smush it down, press it down, and then I'm gonna open it back up just like before. Okay, so once you have all these folds, they're just our pre-fold to get ready for this next step. And I'm gonna take real slow. You may need to watch it again, so just get ready. So what I'm gonna do now is turn my paper so that it's sort of a diamond. And what the paper is gonna naturally do, because we did these pre-folds, is gonna fold just the way we want it to. So what we're gonna do is take this folded edge and match it to this folded edge. Okay? So I know that sounds kind of crazy, but just watch what I do and then it'll all make sense. So I want this line to meet this line. So it's gonna fold in like this, and I can smoosh it down, and I have a tinier diamond. I'll show you again. So we went from having this folded line and this folded line, and we're gonna turn the square so that it's making a diamond, and I wanna see this folded edge meet this one, and this folded edge meet the middle as well. And what the paper is naturally gonna do is fold together just the way we want it. Let me smoosh it down. So now you should have a tinier diamond. If we look, we have all these layers, right? Smush it, smush it, smush it. So what you're gonna do, and you'll do the same thing on this side and onto the other side, you're gonna take this edge and meet the middle line that you have. And I'm gonna press it down. Okay. And then this edge, same thing. It's gonna meet our middle line. Smush it, smush it, smush it. And then what I'm gonna do, and then I wanna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna flip this over and have this edge meet our middle. Here we go. Same thing, this edge meet our middle. So now you have this sort of kite shape, right? And on both sides, you're folded in. And so what we're gonna do is another sort of pre-fold. We're gonna fold this little tip up here down so that we fold along this line. So I'll show you what I mean. Smoosh it, smoosh it, smoosh it, smoosh it. And then I fold it back out. And then flip it over, same thing. We want to bring this tip down to here so that we fold along this line. This is just a pre-fold so that it gets us ready for the next step and makes it a little easier. Okay, so we've smushed it, we smushed it. Now, unfold it. And now we're going to unfold more of our work so that we can fold it a different way. So here we go. We're going to fold these two flaps out. And now what we've done is given ourselves pre-folds here, here, and here. So what we're gonna do, this is gonna be magic, so we're gonna take this tip up, and what we wanna see is everything fold in like it did before. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. It's gonna fold up, and these are gonna wanna fold in. Gotta be very delicate with it. We'll smush it down. If you've folded it really, really nice, these edges right here should meet in the middle. My folds are not the most fabulous. But now I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna open these flaps. And I've got my pre-fold here, and then along the top. And I'm gonna open it, put my finger here to hold it down. Very carefully, let it fold in itself. Ooh, my paper is too thick. That's something I just learned. The paper is too thick. This is much more difficult. Thinner paper seems to be better. And I smush it down. Okay, let me show you what that looks like again. So I'm gonna open it. So what I'm doing is side view, opening it and letting this smush down, and these fold in. Right, and so then when I fold these down, there's our kite shape. Right? Okay, so now there is a bottom and top now. So the top should have this triangle in the middle. So these are going to be the wings of our crane. Okay? And so what we're going to do next is open this side here, and we want to, what we're going to do next is do another pre-fold. So this is going to be at just a bit of an angle because this is going to be our tail or our neck, your choice when we get there. So we'll just fold it back and forth. So you're going to open up that seam right there and push the fold up so it folds in on itself, and it'll be at a bit of an angle so that you can have your neck or tail. Let me show you again. Ready? So it's open. You're gonna bring up that point and fold it in on itself, and it'll find that angle that you already did with the pre-fold, and there you are. Same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna kind of pick an angle, just a bit of an angle so that it's not straight up. Make another pre-fold, do it on the other side so that's real good. Undo that, open it up a little, and then take this tip and bring it up. This does take some finagling, so it's like this. Yeah, so it's tucked in. That's our shape. We're gonna choose either side. One of these will be the tail, one of these will be the head. And what you're gonna do, just like you did for a pre-fold, just kind of pick an angle, pre-fold it. If you just want to fold it over like that, you can. I'm gonna do a pre-fold, kind of crease, and then along that crease we just made, I'm gonna push it so that it folds in on itself, in just a small version of the way we just folded the neck and the tail. If you want to make it even more fun, you can bend the wings a little bit, either side. Those face out a little if you want. And then, oh, my paper is so thick. And there you go. I have not tested my paper airplanes yet, so I would be very happy to hear back how all of these fly. I think a lot of them will make it to Atmospheradelphia. Thank you for watching, everyone. Sparkles to you for everything you've made this week, not just in this video. And I hope I see you next week. We're going to be doing medieval times next week. I'm very excited to see what we create. If you want to send a photo of what you made or a video of your airplanes flying and getting to Atmospheradelphia, I would love to see it. And I'll see you next time.